Carlio from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. It's my pleasure to be standing with Beyond Salvation. Gentlemen, how are you doing today? Start with today.
Feeling it, but in good spirits, I suppose. Yeah. So
Every night.
Yeah, just a full-on day, man. Like, obviously, you played these today, and a lot of adrenaline, a lot of beer, not a lot of food. What food we did have, not of good standard. So yeah, a lot of talking. I'm surprised he's even got a voice. He couldn't talk at the end of last night. But yeah, no, we're good. How about yourself? You alright?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Guys, we've got to talk about it. How was it for you up on that stage?
It was insane. Like that's the biggest crowd we've ever played to ever, and it's like everything we've worked towards as a band. You know, it was for that moment, and it was like, you know, once we got going, it was just like better than any. I mean, I didn't expect to have like even our circle pit. We had a circle pit for the entire set. Just like they were just going for it, and you know, they were all into it, and yeah, we had a great time. The crowd had a great time. I've got that magic crowd shot on my phone, and like I'm going to frame it.
Oh, lovely. Tell us about the journey then. Tell us about the journey to Bloodstock and how you got here, and when the opportunity came, be it via email or phone, what was your thoughts?
Shall I tell that?
Yeah, well, you can finish that off. So it's like, especially for me and our drummer Sim, we've been trying to get this metal to the masses, Bloodstock slot for like 6-7 years, and on and off. So it's always weird. It's very weird to think we've done it, and it's like in the past now. It's been something we've been working towards. But yeah, so then obviously this year, I think in Manchester we got last year. I think we got all the first heats done.
Yep.
And then I think have you heard of this thing called COVID?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
So doing the rounds.
So that happened, and then they were going to do an all-dayer, but Bojo put the extension back, so that didn't happen. So then it turned into like a job application thing where we had to send like a nice email saying why we thought we were worthwhile, and then I think you spotted the email first.
Yeah, so like, that particular day, it was a Monday, and I was just having like the worst day. Like everything had gone wrong at work, and you know, everything was just like not going particularly well. And then about 7:30 at night, I was just going through our emails, and spotted it. And it said you've been selected to play Bloodstock. I just dropped. And then I rang him. John, check them. It was such a feeling of elation. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe it. And you know, I had to pinch myself. It was brilliant.
Did you take a moment on the stage to sort of stop and realise that you were there? Because we talked to a lot of bands, and it kind of just, that half an hour just flies by, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird. Like, it did go quickly, but it didn't go. I thought I wouldn't remember any of it, but we had my helix broke the second I stood on stage, so I had to go in a different amp, and then a few issues and stuff. But no, I could take it in, man. I was, you know, making sure I did sort of like, I'm not going through all this hassle and bullshit to not like take it in. And I thought we'd have a few people there, but it was heaving from the get-go. So it was great.
There was a moment in between two of the songs where, like, you know, just holding the chord, and I came to the front and just had a look, and I was just like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh my word. You know, and it was just, it was pretty.
So the last 18 months then, how you guys been coping? The last 18 months or so, obviously the pandemic period that we are now living in. How have you been coping?
How have I been coping?
I'm alright. Well, to be honest, for me, I have a child, so I don't have a social life anyhow outside of the band. So, you know what, for me, it's been alright. I've got, like, you know, everyone's family's safe, and I got more time with my little one, you know what I mean, like working from home and stuff, so it's been alright. And we kept the band going. We recorded drums for a couple of songs just the end of 2019. So we kept things going, man. Like we could like got the drums done, so we just kept putting out singles and stuff last year. So things fell quite alright for us.
Yeah.
So it's not taking away from anything that the horrendous things other people have gone through, but for me,
No, of course. There's almost like a guilt complex to a certain degree. You don't want to complain when you've kind of had it okay. But from the biggest to the smallest bands, everyone got affected in some way. So we are intrigued and always interested to know what's the most positive story that you can think of that affected the band throughout this period. Something positive maybe that came out of it.
Well, I suppose we had a lot more time to just sort of work on music. So obviously we had released 3 singles last year, and then we released another 2 singles like the other day. It was like a few weeks ago. So we kind of worked on that, but we've basically written. we had already started writing, but we completed writing what's going to be our next and debut album. So for us, it was quite good. In many ways, for me, life didn't change all that much because thankfully, luckily, I still had a job. I was a key worker. So life was as busy as it always is. It's just I was at home more. But yeah, it was in terms of the band, we've finished basically writing our album. We're going to start recording it in a couple of weeks probably.
And I found out my postman's the guitarist that I've ingested, so that was quite fun.
That's quite positive.
I spoke to him quite a bit and got tour stories about him going on tour with Black Dahlia Murder and working out what they're doing.
How did you find it out? You just opened the door one day and go, oh, it's you.
No, I'd seen him floating around doing his runs and he was wearing like a death metal cap. And I said to him, I was like, oh, mate, what's that band you're wearing? And he was like, oh, I don't know, like demonic urine slaughter or something.
Sounds about right,
and then I was like, and he was like, oh, you should check out my band. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, here we go. And he was like, it's ingested. I was like, oh, fuck off. I want to come and see you somewhere decapitated. And I've been following you guys for years, just didn't realise it was him. You know when you don't put things two and two together? Like yesterday, he was like, oh, John, come over here. Do you know where this is? And I was like, should I? He was like, it's the drummer out Machine Head. You like the new one? So Matt, and I was like, oh, this is awkward. But yeah, well done. So yeah, I'm not good with faces or names or dates or spelling.
And you're at a metal festival, and let's be honest, there's a lot of beards, there's a lot of longer hair, everybody kind of starts to blend in.
Something like that.
Someone did say to me, oh, have you seen my mate? Like, he's tall, long hair, beard. I was like, that doesn't narrow it down, come on.
Yeah, we had this thing here in the press area. It's like, how we know it's you? We're bald and we have beards. That's about all we can do for you, I'm afraid. So we get it.
I mean,
we're rocking the best look, man.
Exactly. All right, guys. Going forward, then, is it really the entire focus? Because this is all about momentum, and it'd be very easy to kind of, I guess, rest in your laurels and say, "Hey, we've done this show. Now just relax." Tell us about what your hopeful plans are, what you've got in the works throughout 2021.
We've got a few gigs booked that we've already, we said there's quite a few sort of like festival type. Smaller festival type gigs, but yeah, we are going to be working on recording the album and do a big push for it sort of next year. And well, where would I like to go? I'd like for that album to propel us onto say a different stage here, maybe some other festivals, and just put the name out and go and play places. I mean, yesterday, having spoken to so many people from different parts of the country. It's different if it's kind of a local gig.
Yep.
But, speaking to people from like say Portsmouth or Southampton, and they were like, "Check you guys out. You guys have got to come down and play like where we live." It's like, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, hopefully we can sort that out.
Yeah, we are. Just speaking to people. It sounds like we've landed a couple of gigs.
Okay, cool.
Yesterday and stuff. So that's what you want: meet new people, make new friends.
That's the idea, isn't it?
So yeah, it's just more.
You can have
and
fun.
Ideally feeling more fresh than I am now while doing it. So yeah.
You can have fun, but you still got to schmooze a little bit as well here and there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal, what else is life for?